Welcome in, folks, to another Fallout video, and in this video we're kicking off a series of videos where each Monday we'll be taking a look at some of Fallout 4's incredible mods created by the Fallout community. This mini-series will focus on mods that have been featured over on my live streams on Twitch, where I'm currently streaming Fallout 4. We'll be taking a look at some mods that will possibly make your playthroughs of Fallout 4 that bit more exciting and immersive. There'll be some mods that will quite frankly leave you speechless, and some mods that will leave you asking yourself, why haven't I installed this before? However, with any mods featured, I want to firstly advise that you play with mods at your own risk. You may experience issues with mods, and also to note that if you have the ability to unlock achievements through any platform you play Fallout 4 on, that achievements are disabled once you install any mod. But before we get into the video, if you can remember to hit that like button so that more people in the Fallout community can see this, and if you feel you're missing out on videos, consider clicking that bell notification button so that you can keep up to date whenever I post a new video. And with that, folks, I invite you to join me for our first episode of Pineapples Mod Monday! For new and even veteran players of Fallout 4, you might have never even experienced mods before in your journeys across the Commonwealth. And if you ever thought to yourself, well, how do I install mods? Well, don't fear, Vault Dwellers, it's easier than you think. If you ever want to install any mods that you see featured in these videos, and to also note that any mods I feature here are all available on both console and PC, as the footage captured in these videos are all from my Xbox. If you're a PC player and you're new to Fallout 4, I'll leave a link to the website Nexus Mods, where you can explore even more mods available that some console players unfortunately don't have access to. But for you console players like myself, all you need to do is to make your way to the menu screen of Fallout 4 and select the option for mods. And from there, this is where you can search for and install any mods you wish to install. I will add that you can also search for mods, as all of these mods I feature here, I will provide you with the name of the mod and the mod author so that you can find these mods a little bit more easier. With our first mod, this is brought to you by mod author Gatogred, and the name of this mod is called Green in the Commonwealth. And as this mod suggests, it will add a little bit more green to your life in the Commonwealth and add a more lush environment. This mod will also add recoloring to the environment to give you a more green experience. It will add lush trees, plants, shrubs, and green textures throughout the Commonwealth. The mod author also suggests to go and check out the Red Rocket Station, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And there we have it, folks, the Red Rocket Station, located right beside Sanctuary. I have to admit, at first glance, this mod absolutely blows me away. This brings such a sense of realism and a more post-apocalyptic, a sort of Last of Us sort of vibe to this area. Even with the difference between day and night, this mod brings both a beautiful and spooky vibe with how the vegetation in the area has started to reclaim the land, which after 200 years since the bombs have dropped and you emerge from the vault is extremely plausible. I also appreciate the level of authenticity that the mod author spared no expense in putting into this mod. As you can even see when we approach the edge of the glowing sea, which is the most radioactive location in the entire game, the mod author made sure to capture the transition between areas outside of the glowing sea that have plant life growing to where you enter the glowing sea and plant life doesn't grow, or depending on how long it ever may take, may never ever grow again. Well done, Gatogred, and thank you so much for an incredible mod. Our next mod is brought to you by mod author Lando Commando, who generously ported this over to console from the original mod author Flipped Easy. And this mod is called Smokeable Cigars, Cigarettes and Joints. This mod will do exactly as it says and give your character the ability to smoke cigars, cigarettes and joints. You've probably seen while interacting with NPCs around the Commonwealth that from time to time they'll whip out a cigarette or cigar and light it and smoke it, and maybe, just maybe, you thought to yourself, it would be pretty neat to be able to do that with your own character. Well, look no further, because that's exactly what this mod will allow you to do. To use this mod, all you need to do is find packs of cigarettes or cigars in the Commonwealth, which will then deposit into the junk category in your Pip-Boy. And once you've selected the box or pack, they will then deposit into the aid section of your Pip-Boy, where you can then select that item, and once you've selected either a cigar or cigarette, your player character will enter an animation where they'll begin to light up and smoke away. The mod author also provides a list of effects that each smokable can grant your player character, and also provides a detailed description of how to craft particular smokables like joints. The mod author is also providing a holotape which can change the animation of how you smoke your smokables between male and female player characters, and also provides a version of this mod to be used in hardcore mode, so that the effects granted to you by your smokables will have an effect on you even in hardcore mode. A nifty mod that I thoroughly enjoy using, as it will give you the option to roleplay as if you'd like your character to be a smoker. Thank you Lando Commando for porting this to console, and thank you Flipped Easy for an incredible mod. Our next mod is probably one of my favorite mods to use on Fallout 4, and this mod in my opinion is an absolute necessity if you're a power armor user. This mod is brought to you by mod author Sleeping Building, who generously ported this over to console by the original mod author Castell. This mod is called XO1 Invisible Flashlight Remove, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. You've probably noticed that every time you enter a suit of power armor, that when you turn on your power armor's headlamp, that it gives you this circular glowing effect no matter what suit of power armor you enter. However, when you find your first suit of XO1 and you switch on your headlamp, you'll notice that the headlamp is also circular. Well, if you're like me and you like immersion, and you also notice that the light that comes from your XO1 appears through the eyes on your helmet, you probably think to yourself, well, why doesn't it look like that when the flashlight is on? Well, that's been something I've asked myself for years playing Fallout 4 and other Fallout games that provide the suit of XO1, and with this mod you can do exactly that. It will remove the circular flashlight, which, as I've stated, makes no sense when the light is coming from the eyes of the helmet, and actually replace it with proper eye lights. An immersive and incredible quality of life mod that I thoroughly enjoy using, so thank you Sleeping Building for porting this over to console, and thank you Castell for an incredible mod. And there we have it folks, 3 incredible mods from the Fallout community that you can download from the mod section of Fallout 4, and hopefully the mods featured in this video will bring you a more fun and enjoyable experience to your playthrough of Fallout 4. In next week's video, we'll be going over more incredible mods brought to you by the Fallout community, so make sure to check out that video next week. And if you liked this video and found it beneficial, consider hitting the subscribe button for more Fallout 4 videos, and so you never miss out on any videos I publish. I also stream 5 days a week over on Twitch, so if you'd like to see these mods and other mods I use, or even just hang out with some of the Fallout community, I'll leave a link to my Twitch in the description below. If you'd also like to connect with more people who play Fallout 4 and other Fallout games, you can join my Discord server, which I'll leave in a link in the description below. And in this video, I'm also announcing that I'm now on Patreon. So if you like the content I produce and you want to support me in a more personal way, you can become a member of my Patreon. Patreon members will get a host of benefits, such as access to Patreon-only channels in my Discord server, where you can connect with other Patreon members and more. With becoming a Patreon member, you'll also gain extra benefits within my channel, such as being mentioned and memorialized in the credits to each of my videos. Gold members will also receive a free item and a permanent discount code to my store, which I'm also announcing today, which will be available to all members within my community very soon. I want to also say a massive thank you to all of my subscribers and followers over on Twitch and here on YouTube, as it means the world to me that you enjoy my content and the work I produce. And lastly, to you, the viewer, the person who stumbled upon this video, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, Vault Dwellers, stay safe out there in the wasteland, and I'll catch you all in the next video.